Howdy, howdy, everybody. How are we doing today? We are on our Calm Lands One Tile Challenge, and this is episode 25. So we're definitely getting up there. We are back in January, and as promised, I did go ahead and throw back in the enhanced loan system mod. It does look like we're going to be paying around 12,500 a month. So we are going to have to figure out how we're going to deal with that. Our grass field, we do need to go ahead and spray with nitrogen to get it where it needs to be. But January is the month for selling flour and as well as our wood chips. And it does look like well, we need to check out to see what we need for our house. Contractors have been working through last month pretty heavily, and so it looks like they got the foundation pretty well set. It does look like we need a pallet of wood beams, which, if I remember correctly, we do have, and then we also need 2 pallets of long planks. And I think that's what they're going to use to start framing the house. So, we do need to get those up here to them, but we need to also start getting rid of our flour. We have looks like 7 pallets of flour in storage here, so we're gonna have to get that loaded up. Um, and then we also need to get out and spray our field. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead while we're talking a little bit. We'll go ahead and pull out the sprayer and get everything sprayed on that. I wonder if our Deutz will have enough. Actually, I think it's a little shy on horsepower to run the sprayer. So we'll get that pulled out of the way. I think we might hook that up to... we might hook that up to our trailer to help transport the pallets. That way we're putting a little bit of hours on this rather than our farmall, who's pretty high hours as it is. So get that pulled around and get it shut off so we can wait on that. We do also need to check to see where we're at wood-wise. Let's see, how much wood does our production currently have? It looks like it's down to 152 liters. We almost have a second pallet of planks long, so we will go ahead and throw some wood in there as well. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Oh, I need to grab the liquid fertilizer out anyway. Over here. And then we will go and hit the field. Wonder if we have a couple pallets of it or not. Yeah, it looks like we got a pallet that's got only 300 liters in it. So we'll grab that one first and load that on in. Yep. Alright. I'm hoping this should be enough. Go ahead and spray this. Yeah, we'll get this sprayer all situated. It shouldn't take too terribly long. So we'll just go ahead and we will stay with you all how we do this. I guess I should probably set up some lines. Make sure we're not wasting all of our gas. Going back and forth. Alright. So, what are we going to end up doing? So, I think we're going to end up cutting down yet another string of trees. I think we're still only going to get the same amount of wood that we did from the first batch that we cut. But should be just fine on how many trees we have. They are getting closer and closer to getting done. I'm not sure. I think when we looked at it last episode, we were guesstimating around November the trees will be ready. But we also kind of want to stick to our New Year's resolution of moving out of the between the barn and the windmill, actually getting into a house sometime this year. Because I don't know how many more winters I could sit around in and just in a very uninsulated cabin. Okay, so it does look like we're gonna end up dealing with that showing as a bad pH value. Well, not pH, nitrogen value. Where we put down the sawmill. But that's not too bad. And obviously there's nothing we can do about it without plowing it up, but I think we'll be fine. We also need to think a little bit about doing some maintenance on this tractor. It has it's definitely seen its share of wear. We've been using and abusing this tractor for quite a few years. But she's been pretty reliable. I know we might end up having to sell lettuce just for storage wise, because we have a ton of lettuce and we don't necessarily have the space to store it. Yeah, so we will spray this, and then we will probably, once we're done spraying it, we'll get all the flour loaded up that we can. I do want to kind of see when our apple juice is going to be ready to sell. So I'm pretty sure we're building up a nice paycheck for that. Let's take a look. Apple juice. Okay, apple juice looks like it'll be ready to sell next month. So it's still going up. We're currently sitting around 15,000 in apple juice. And I think we're just going to go up from there. So that will be good for next month. Honestly, I think we might do both January and February this month. That way we're not doing 2 episodes really back to back of not a whole lot to do. Unfortunately, that's going to be how the winter months are. is it's just going to be a lot of selling products. So I think I want to kind of compile a lot of those episodes just into one. Um, just because that'll make it, well, a little bit easier. We don't want too many episodes of doing a whole lot of nothing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to get all of the flour loaded up in the trailer off camera, and then we will come back and check with you guys right before we sell it. So we will see you then. Alright, so we just about got all of the flour loaded up. I think we're going to try and grab these last two with just our forks and use that, and then drive it over there with just the tractor and the forks. But it looks like we have 14 pallets worth of flour. So, I did set the remaining of our canola oil just to go ahead and sell automatically. That way we're not, that way it wasn't just sitting in there, because it wasn't enough to spawn a pallet. And then we did go ahead and shut off that production, so we're not spending that money. We do need to see. See if I can't sell these here. Huh. What if I unstrap over here? Oh, that one. Okay, that's sold. Okay. So not bad, not bad. There we go. They all sold. We're looking good. Let me make sure. Don't think we have a whole lot of flour left. Yeah, so it might spawn one more pallet today, and we'll get that sold if it does spawn. Well, we were planning on skipping months anyway. Well, since we're down here, we'll go ahead and load up our wood that we do have ready and take that over to the house. It should just be 2 pallets of wood. I don't know why. I mean, I'm glad that these pallets right here are liftable, but they seem to spawn upside down more times than anything. When it starts a new stack. Alright. Got planks long, and then we will need to refill that production before we do skip ahead to February. But I think I will do that off camera just to go ahead and get it knocked out and save a little bit more time in the episode, so we can see what all we will get sold in February as well. I think we're gonna have enough money-wise to go ahead and cover our expenses coming up here in the next couple of months. So that's a good thing. Our flour did make us quite a bit that we needed. Oh, wait. It did go ahead and spawn it. Nice. So, we will grab that pallet as well. push that in just a little bit more. There we go. And then that should get us started on another chapter of our house. Let me... Okay. Now the question is, can I lift this without tipping over? All the way up there. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. I might end up deactivating just the regular planks for a few. Get back up there. Excuse me why I struggle a little bit. Alright, there we go. A bit higher. Alright, there we go. That'll be good enough just to go up there. Not as precise work as with the flour, but we weren't trying to squeeze a ton of product into one small trip. So, got that situated. So we'll get this run up there. And we still need to sell our wood chips. So we'll modify the trailer real quick and get wood chips sold. Then we'll take the farm all down there and get some trees drug over to our sawmill. Not sure why I came around this way, but we did. And then this should be just what they needed. There we go. Yep, can hear them getting to work. Love it, love it. Love how that foundation is laid out. It's going to look very nice on the farm once we get our home set up. How much food do we have in the chickens? Okay, yeah, we still have 4,700 liters of, that. Oh, man, yeah. That is draining rather quickly. Okay. Love to see it. Love to see it. Alright, so we should be able to adjust. There we go. Customize that. So we can put our panel back in. And then go... Oh, hook the trailer back up. And then we should be able to just run real quick and gather the wood chips that we needed. And then get those sold. And then once we sell the wood chips, I think I am going to go ahead and I will off camera load up all of the wood that we're going to need for this month. And then I will probably just go ahead and skip ahead to February. And so we will see you in February once we get all of these. Can I not just fill it up here? There we go. Okay. I'm not expecting a whole lot off of the wood chips, but we have them. We might as well sell them while they're at their highest price, which is right now. And that will earn us a little bit of profit from our trees while we are filling up our house full of lumber. I mean, 4,000 isn't anything to be mad at. But yeah, so we will catch up with you all when we jump into February. So we will see you then. Alright, so I lied a little bit. I am gonna go ahead and bring you guys back in just a hair bit sooner. So I was looking in the used market and I saw something that we could definitely use. Um, so, but it is going to replace one of the tools that we currently have. Now, it's quite, I mean, we're not going to get as much back for the roller that we do have, but there's a roller for sale that's only 10,000 and it's a decent sized roller. And it can work quite a bit faster than the roller we currently do have. I think this one is limited to either 15 or 16 kilometers an hour, and the one we're looking at is limited to 18, and it covers a wider area. So that will help us out a lot when it comes to planting time. So I think we're going to go ahead and make that investment. So we're going to go ahead and drive up to the shop. It's going to be a slow little crawl. So I will see you all once we are there and we can take a look at our new equipment. All right, so we are up here at the shop. We're going to get our roller repaired real quick and sold. Yeah, repair for 7 and then repaint it for 600. And yeah, we'll get 3,300 for it, which isn't bad. And then when we come over here and take a look. Oh, that's a grass roller. Ooh. I misread that. We don't need a grass roller. Well, oh, that hurts. Do we go ahead and upgrade our roller from 3 meters? Uh, you know, I don't think I thought this one through. All right. Well, it happens. So I think we'll hold off on getting a new roller at the moment, and we will go ahead and jump into February and see what we can afford once we sell all our apple juice and our lettuce, because lettuce will be ready to sell as well. Sorry. So we will see you guys then. All right, so we made our payment. Looks like quite a few sales now. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Nothing we really need at the moment. That's a stationary baler. And then there's a hoe. It's fairly cheap, but we don't need one anymore. That is a big bucket, definitely for a wheel loader. And then a mower that takes 250 horsepower to run. But all right, so let's run down real quick. So our trailer's still down there. And we will sell our apple juice first. So we do have quite a bit of that. I believe I should be able to pick up the pallets with the forks. I know we can't the apples. Oh, and it looks like we had some more flower spawn overnight. So that is good for us. Let's see. Can I actually... It does not look like I can. Okay, so we're going to have to do that by hand. But we are definitely getting a good amount of income. Don't like how I have to pick these all up by hand. I'd much rather just use the forks. So right here, yep, okay. But we are getting a decent amount of profit from selling our apple juice. Well, it does look like we got another growth stage out of the trees, though. Why aren't you selling? We'll get another pallet real quick. And okay, so right here seems to be the sweet spot. Why isn't this one selling at the same sweet spot? I don't know. Oh, well. So that is going to be pretty good for us, because now we won't have to cut down nearly as many trees to get through like we want. Yeah, I might... Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and set this production to auto selling. Where's the... Just so I don't have to deal with those pallets. I know we're going to be taking a pretty big hit profit-wise, but until it is patched up, I don't think I want to deal with these pallets currently. But it has definitely made us quite a bit of money this month so far. And then we still have all of our... Why aren't you... There we go. Just this pallet. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Now they're all sold. Man. Oh yeah, that'll give us so much more now that they're in the fourth growth stage. So we'll probably get around 3,000 liters a tree. I know it says 4, but once we cut it down, it drops. It drops a little bit. So, what is the price of flowers? Should we sell or should we go ahead and hang on to it? It did drop quite significantly. How much more grain do we have to make? Okay, so I think we'll probably go ahead and start storing the flour again. And I do believe we are also out of wood once again, so we will keep running into the issue where we are running out of wood quite quickly. Yeah. So completely out of wood. But we do have 2 more pallets of long planks and another pallet of wood beams ready to go, as well as the other pallets of just planks. Oh, we do need to check on our house. So we'll drive up here and take a look at the house and just change over the trailer to yeah. Okay, it does look like they didn't get a whole lot done. Well, it might be the flooring. I think we actually have a wood floor now. We do. This is exciting. And we have steps. Okay. It says that it needs 4,000 liters of wood beams and 1 more planks long. Well, we're not going to be able to get all of the beams this month, but when we fill up the production again, we should be able to get a decent amount of beams. But I am going to go ahead and get all the lettuce loaded, and then I will see you all here in a minute for the sales. Alright, so, well, I tried to get everything in one load. It doesn't look like it is going to let me. I still got 4 pallets sitting over there. So we'll just have to come back and pick those up. But lots and lots and lots of lettuce. But not too much of a worry there. So we'll get this sold real quick, see how much we're gonna get. Oh, that was fairly quick. Is that it? There we go. So we're looking, I'd say right around 1,500 a pallet. And we have 32 pallets, I believe. Somewhere around there. So that's not going to be a bad little profit. We might break 100,000. Ooh, so close. So close. I bet if we grab those last 4 pallets, we should be right there. And finally break 100,000 that we have in the bank. Yeah. That is amazing. That is amazing. I think I will just go ahead and load these into the trailer any which way, just to get them in there. There's only 4. I don't think I have to make it look very pretty, just have to get it down there to get sold. Got greedy there. So I don't have any weight on the back. Yep. Alright. So, one at a time. I should know better by now. But, we still gotta try every now and then. I think one of the things, well, I know I'm going to need at least a pallet of furniture, if not 2. So we might want to look into getting something along those lines. We'll have to take a look real quick once we sell this. See where we can put the carpentry area. I think that would be the only thing we're missing. It doesn't appear so far, at least, that we need this last pallet of cement. I do kind of want to hang on to it just in case. And same thing kind of with the cement factory. Just so we don't miss out. There we go. Finally broke 100,000. That is amazing. Alright. So let's take a look production-wise. I think... Okay. So let's see, what do we have? Don't want to throw any more those down. We do have the small one from the greenhouse wood factory that's only 15,000. That wouldn't be so bad. And where would I be able to put it? Could put it right there. That would make it difficult to get the pallets out. Okay, so you got the drop point, and then the pallet spawn. I think I would want to pallet spawn, and I'm not... I think we could do that. And make it a little tight to get the wood in and out of the sawmill, but I think that should be fine. 15,000. And we're still sitting in a good place. So I think what I will do... How many planks do we currently... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong production. Okay. How many planks do we have? Storing a little over a pallet, so I will change that to distributing so it doesn't try and throw all of them over there. But we do get plenty of planks every month. And then as far as our carpentry, yeah. One wood equals 1.7 furniture. But how much do we get out of a plank? No, to make a plank. So we get wood chips as well. Yeah, I think definitely don't want to do the planks long recipe just because that would not benefit us. To be turning planks long, which take more wood, and turning those into our regular furniture. So we will go ahead and yeah. We've got to toss this in there, and then we'll grab those pallets that we have to take up to the house. And we'll get those tucked up there. We will refill the lumber mill again for this month. Hopefully, I need to bring that trailer a little bit closer. So we'll probably cut down a third row of trees, get all that mulched up for those stumps, and get those trees replanted for their growth. But I think that's where we're going to go ahead and call it for this episode. It's definitely been a little bit longer because we did combine the 2 episodes really into one. But super excited to see that we had progress on the house and wanted to share that with you all. And then we had a lot to sell. I do think we sold all of it. Let me double check. So I'm not gonna sell the prefab walls. It does look like we did have another pallet of lettuce, so I will sell that off camera. But yeah, and then this should be set to auto selling, so at the top of the hour that will sell. And then we won't be looking for anything. We won't sell anything in March, even though that is the best time for our lumber. We're currently working on putting that into ours. Yeah, so we're not looking like we're gonna be selling anything minus silage until November, honestly. But I guess until then, we will see you all in the next episode. Peace.